Well, good afternoon. My name is Father Charles Johnson, and you're here in my beautiful home parish of St. Stephen's on Grand Island, and welcome. Before this journey, I was in the field of information technology and engineering in healthcare. Well, I've always been a non-traditional student, going to school when I could afford it. So I was going to school, and as part of my degree in economics and business management, I was studying media. And during that study, we looked at how media affects us personally and as a culture, as a community. And it was then that I really started to understand how the media affected and shaped my life. And I realized my life wasn't going in the right direction, so I turned it all off. I turned off the media, I disconnected. And after a period of quiet, I discovered Catholic radio. So I was praying the rosary in the morning on the way to work, and on the way back from work, I was praying the Chaplet of Divine Mercy. And those two prayers, over a number of years and listening to Catholic radio, are what led me to convert, to join the church. And I came into St. Stephen's through the RCIA program in the fall of 2011. As I started getting involved in ministry, in the ministry of reader and the ministry of Eucharistic minister, I thought this was it. I'm in the right place. But people started asking me, have I ever thought about being a priest? And my answer was always no, and I had a long, long list of reasons. It was like this wide, of why I could not be a priest. But that list, over time, and as I prayed over it and thought about it, and chatted with God about it, got smaller and smaller. And so after a few response group meetings, I made my application to the diocese and to the seminary, and all of my excuses went down to a very small list. And I found myself accepted into seminary and joining seminary in the fall of 2014. And now here I am 7 years later in the summer of 2021, ordained a priest. Being a convert to the faith and then becoming a priest has presented a number of challenges. I am not a lifelong Catholic, so I have so much to learn, so much to learn. So my goal is to dive in and to keep learning and to keep growing in my faith and to minister with people so that I can learn from them as much as they can learn from me. And it's this mutual cycle that starts from. So I don't have any specific goals in ministry other than to learn, to grow, and to serve God's people. So as a transitional deacon during the pandemic, my proudest moment was my first and only baptism on my year-long assignment at Annunciation in Elma. So I baptized Roman James, and that was claiming somebody for Christ in the sacrament of baptism. After I had received baptism myself, I baptized a baby for the first time, and that was phenomenal. That was incredible. I am most looking forward to celebrating the sacraments, especially the sacrament of the Eucharist. My journey began with the Rosary, and it transitioned from that into the Blessed Mary brought me to Christ. And now as a priest, I want to bring Christ to others through the Eucharist. I was brought up in Westford, Massachusetts, out in the country, so I had that instilled in me as a child. I love to be outdoors. If you ask my nephew, one of our favorite things to do together is to go hike Letchworth. And with one of my nieces, I hiked the Camino de Santiago. We spent a summer backpacking through Spain. It was just a wonderful adventure. I was raised Protestant, and now I am Catholic. I was away from the church for a long time, from the time I was 12. I am still involved very much in the field of technology. I love computers and looking at what computers can do and what technology can do for people and for the church. I want to say it's the Buffalo Bills. I was with I was a Buffalo Bills fan since the Jim Kelly days, and we're going back there. We're getting back there. We're going to get it. We're going to get the Super Bowl. So that's one of my favorite things is football season in Western New York. It's a beautiful thing.